Alright folks, here we go again. Thank you for the work that you guys done, guys or gals, whoever did it. Right now I am in the PHP admin section. I'm at listings and I have a listing, and this particular listing is Cleanscape LLC. In the list of our listings, he's like number 4 or 5, maybe 6 down. Everything has loaded properly until we get to categories. Categories, it loaded only partial field there. And then also in the filters, none of the filters loaded, which is really strange because it did load properly for the first listing, whichever the top listing was. When I opened that, everything looked really good. So while we're here though, some of the other specs that we want to point out is that here in the filters area, we want to add a similar information box or some information line that says 3 filters allowed for current package. We'd like to add that there. I might be flipping the screen to check some of my other specifications, try to do them from memory. Here at the top blue bar, we would like to have the dash and the listing title as we do in the rest of the bars. We want that on the top bar also. You have to understand that I have a 65 or I guess she's 65, 60 plus year old lady doing the input. While she knows how to get around a computer, she's not the same that a 25-year-old would be, so there's some things that we have to try to allow for. The other specification that I have is that under each text box, which is the one about products and services, area serviced, and then at the bottom we have the admin notes. At the bottom of each one of those, I would like to add a character counter so we can keep track of how much information we're putting in there. Moving on to the photo areas, I've specified and 2 or 3 times now, and nothing's been done about it. It might be just the confusion, and if there's a reason why not to do it, just let me know. But the challenge has come up as to where we've put in a photo and we want to take one out, which is not really relevant with the logo, because to replace it, it's very simple. Just put in a new file and it replaces. But in the images, it's come up a couple of times where somebody just want to take out the image and not replace it. So to that end, I've specified that we put in a checkbox, delete image checkbox, so when it's checked and the record is say that the image be deleted. And again, if there's any challenge with that, just let me know. This particular listing does not have a video, but I'd like to have the same thing done with that. So in case we want to delete a video, the one we have referenced in there, we can get that done also. The last thing that I've specified is the shading of particular fields. And by shading, let me catch the right one here. In this particular window, I'm at admin settings directory, I believe, or that just actually looks like search users. And by shading, I mean this blue shading that we have alternating here. Well, in our listing, there are certain fields that only featured contractors get, and to help the lady that does the input, what we want to do is shade those that are only unique to the featured listings. The type spec, the text spec that I put up will identify which fields those are. Some of those fields are specifically the social networking fields: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, photo sites, blog. And what I've asked is that we put in a pattern as to how that field is supposed to be input over here to the side. So Twitter would be http://www Twitter, and so I've specified that in the written text specifications that I'll upload. And getting those accomplished, that should take care of the edit listing area. Oh, excuse me, one more thing. There was some confusion, but anyway, regardless, right now the save or the continue buttons on the right-hand side of, and I should have done that, hit the continue, but regardless, oh, look at there, that's fun. Might want to check that out. Anyway, we're going to change continue to save on this page alone. Okay, so I'm going to move from here over to new listing. Well, first thing I notice, it says choose a category, choose a category. That's obviously not correct. And so if we do this, we're going to just put in a sample one. We're going to click or select a commercial area package. This one is a purchased ad. He was referred, maybe it was a sales rep that actually sold this one. Listing level, definitely a feature. And this is a test. I hit the enter button by mistake. And so let's complete this test new listing. You see I've done this a couple of times. But you can also see that sorry for the dog there. And the URL I'm going to leave blank. When I hit continue, it's going to come up and complain, asking me, please select the listing type, category, or filters if they're required. What I specified in previous videos and in text is that since our listing is so long, we wanted to have a two-step approach to creating a new listing. And so this was the first step. Go create a new listing, set the parameters for this listing, include the title and a URL if necessary, and hit continue. And when we hit the continue button, what we want is this same listing that we created to be opened up in the edit field. As we can see, we have error here. It's asking for a category and filters, and then up at the top here it looks like we've got actually the filters being shown. And so obviously something needs to be fixed there. All right, well, that's wrap up this one, and later this afternoon, this evening, if possible, if not early in the morning, I'll put up the next specification for this one, and not to confuse anybody, but just so it's there whenever you guys finish with this one completely. Until the next video.